everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be comparing a Chevy Trail Boss to a Chevy Trail Boss. And if you guys are like, wait, that doesn't make sense, the first Trail Boss has the 6.2 V8 and the second Trail Boss has the 5.3 liter V8. So we're going to answer the question today, should you get a Trail Boss with the 6.2 V8 or should you get one with the 5.3 liter V8? But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with both the trucks. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. Start things under the hoods of both the trucks, starting over here with the first Trail Boss. This one has the naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town and then 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. And then coming over to the other Trail Boss, we have the naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8 that also goes through 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 16 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front ends of both of the trucks. So starting over here with the 6.2 Trail Boss, you guys can see that you've got the 6.2L badge, which that alone is worth at least $10,000, maybe $20,000, and at least 15 horsepower added just because of that badge itself. Anyways, you've got the Z71 badge there on the side, and then you can see that we've got these full LED lights right here. Again, another Z71 badge. Notice how everything's all blacked out, including the logo, the bumper. You do have the red tow hooks with the parking sensors just above there on the bumper itself. But yeah, everything's kind of blacked out on the truck. Looks really good. Coming over here to the 5.3 Trail Boss, it doesn't have any badges there on the hood, so this, I mean, yeah, it just completely devalues this truck. Still get the Z71 badge on the back, and then you guys can see everything is still blacked out, still LED lights, still red tow hooks, fog lights, parking sensors, all of that. So like, other than the 6.2L badge, you can't tell a difference between the two trucks if they were, well, the same color, but they're not. Let's go over the tire and wheel setup with the truck. So starting over here with the 6.2 liter Trail Boss, 275 millimeter tires, 18-inch wheels, the 33s, super aggressive tread, 2-inch lift from the factory, and the wheel is all blacked out. Coming over here to the regular 5.3 Trail Boss, same exact tire setup, 275 millimeter, the 33s, on 18-inch wheels, 2-inch lift from the factory on the front end. The wheels all blacked out as well. And then you guys notice they still have the same little like mud flap thing. Now this one, no side steps. This one does have side steps, so I guess we have another point up for the 6.2. Again, blacked out mirrors on both of them, blacked out door handles on both of them, and then you've got the Trail Boss logo on the bed of both the trucks. So yeah, let's head to the back. Let's go over the beds of both the trucks, starting over here with the 5.3 Trail Boss. You guys can see that you've got the covering here on this part of the bed and then a full bed liner for the rest. LED bed lights here in the back. You've got the power outlet back here as well. Short bed. Payload capacity is just under 1,700 pounds. Coming over here to the 6.2 liter Trail Boss, you can see that everything is exactly the same. You've got the bed liner, got the LED bed lights, got the little power outlet as well. However, the payload capacity is 1,500 pounds and some change, so you have a higher payload if you get the 5.3. Now let's go over the back ends of both of the trucks. Again, starting with the 5.3, notice that the badges back here are not blacked out, which is kind of interesting. And then you guys can see that you've got Chevy signature lights. You got a little bumper step right here, and then if you look at the exhaust tips are chrome, but you still got the squished exhaust tips. Parking sensors all along the back here. Towing capacity is about 9,300 pounds here with the Trail Boss and the 5.3 V8. Now coming over to the 6.2 V8 Trail Boss, you guys can see the lights are the same, but notice the badges, not the badges, the badges are all blacked out. And then you guys can see parking sensors here. The exhaust tips are also blacked out. Towing capacity, about 9,300 pounds. So even though it has a bigger engine with more power, more torque, the towing capacity is the same. But anyways, there's the 6.2 Trail Boss. There's the 5.3 Trail Boss. Now let's go into the rears of both the trucks, starting over here with the 5.3. Notice you got the soft touch all along the door with all of the stitching, tubular door handle, and then you have the wood trim right there. And then here are the seats in the 5.3 Trail Boss. You can see you've got the cloth seats here. You still get the behind the seat storage with the seat itself, but again, full cloth with the seats. There's storage underneath, and you guys can see you've got the floor mats right here. And then over here you can see you've got little USBs with the 12 volt, couple cup holders, and then you've got more cup holders down here. But the biggest difference is the seat material itself. So you guys will see the seats in a second, the 6.2, but just kind of remember how this all looks, and so yeah. Now coming over to the 6.2, soft touch all over, wood trim, so everything looks the same until we come to the seats. So the seats definitely are a lot nicer here with the 6.2. Still have all the same functionality as what the 5.3 has. You guys can see everything else is the same, even this little thing right here, but you just get these nice soft touch seats. So yeah, that's the difference there, and double. So yeah. Now here's a door panel at the front of the 5.3 Trail Boss. You guys can see you've got soft touch all along here. Again, we've got the wood trim, window controls, you got your mirror adjustments as well. You've got the door lock and unlock, speaker for the Bose sound system. And then again, you've got the seats here at the front, so full cloth seats. You've got the bolsters right here on the side. You've got your power adjustments as well. Rubber floor mat right there, and then you guys can see the pedal layout just down below. Got a little parking brake right here, light controls. Fog lights, that's for your cargo light. And then you guys can see the driveline section. You got your auto, your 4-wheel high, your 4-wheel low, your 2-wheel high, and then you got your trailer tow mode to one side and the drive mode to the other side. And there's one more look before we pop into the 5.3 Trail Boss. Well, let's quickly go over things on the interior with the 5.3 Trail Boss. You guys can see soft touch with the steering wheel. You've got the blacked out stitching on the center, and then the blacked out Chevy logo as well. You got your voice command controls for center stack, and then you do have radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. Cruise control on this side, and then you guys can see you've got the heated steering wheel button right there. Got the little stock for the windshield wiper, and then you can see the column shifter with the plus and minus for the gears if you do want to shift the gears yourself. And then coming into the center screen, you guys can see mostly analog for most of the screens, and then you do have a couple screens you can scroll through with the home, got the information, you've got the music tab, navigation, phone, and then you do have the settings tab right there. And again, you've got the tow mode, and then on the other side, you guys can see that you've got the normal, the sport, and then the off-road with the drive modes. Pretty simple, pretty easy to use with that little system. And then coming over here to the infotainment system, response time on it is really solid. And you guys can see with the camera system, got a backup camera with the, of course I clicked out of it instead of zooming in, with the zoom in function. And yes, you can get rid of the lines if you want, or you can have them appear, and then you just turn the steering wheel and the lines will turn with the steering wheel itself. But other than that, really good infotainment system. Comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then you guys can see down below here in this little area, we've got analog controls for the infotainment system. Dual zone climate here in the Trail Boss with the 5.3. Heated seats, and you've got the controls for the seats right there. A couple blink switches, but then you've got your hill descent control, the power outlet, the stability control, and then you've got the hazard lights right here. This drops down the tailgate, your auto stop start, your parking sensors. Trailer brake controls are integrated right here. You've got little USB with the 12 volt, and then you've got a full power outlet right next to it. More storage right here, more cup holders in front, and then you got the center console, which you guys can see tons of storage, some USBs and 12 volt, and we got nice wood trim there on the side. And then over here with the glove boxes, you got a dual glove box system, nothing too crazy with that, with soft touch all around it. And then popping up top, you guys can see we do have a power sliding window, so just press that button and that'll do the window, and then universal garage door openers. But yeah, other than that, this is everything for the 5.3. Let's head over to the 6.2 Trail Boss. So here's the door panel on the 6.2 Trail Boss. You guys notice you got the soft touch here with the wood trim, all of your window controls, your mirror adjustments, and then again the tubular door handle. Bose sound system as well. And then you guys can see you've got the soft touch front seats here in the Trail Boss with the 6.2. So definitely nicer seats compared to what the 5.3 has. Rubber floor mat right down there. And then you guys can see you got your parking brake, light controls, you've got your fog light and cargo light, you've got your drive line selection, your drive mode select, all that's the same. And there's one more look before we pop into the 6.2 Trail Boss. Let's go over everything in the 6.2 Trail Boss, and guess what? Pretty much all of it's the same. So we've got the same setup with the steering wheel. You guys can see all of that is exactly identical, and you guys already saw the controls over here. This whole gauge cluster setup, completely identical with both of the trucks. Infotainment system, this is also all the same, and this plastic is getting in the way really bad. But anyways, you guys can see that whole setup is all the same with the truck. All the controls just down below the same. Still get dual zone climate, still have heated seats, no cooled seats. All of your controls in this little area, all identical with both of the trucks. Still get the wood trim there on the side, still have the storage there in the front, and then with the center console as well. As you guys can see, nothing's different between both of the trucks. You got both the glove boxes as well, soft touch over there. And then coming up top, the one difference is this truck does have a sunroof, and then you still get the power sliding window. So you guys can see that is unchanged. Universal garage openers. So like, other than the fact that this has a sunroof and different seats, all the other stuff is identical. Now let's go over pricing with both of the trucks. So the 6.2 Trail Boss stickers for about $60,000, and then the 5.3 Trail Boss stickers for about $55,000. Obviously, we do have to pick a winner for today's video, so let's quickly go over everything. So from an exterior appearance perspective, both of them look pretty much the same, other than the fact that you've got more blacked out badging on this, whereas you have chrome badging and then you've got the chrome exhaust tips. So this truck looks slightly better because everything's more uniform in terms of just being all blacked out. From an interior perspective, obviously this truck has a nicer interior. It has the nicer seats, has the sunroof, all that kind of stuff. So just a little bit nicer from an interior amenity perspective. And then from a performance perspective, more torque, more power, a little bit worse fuel economy, but the towing capacity is the same between the two trucks. So this is actually just really, really close from a comparison standpoint. So it's really just going to depend on what you want out of the truck. But if it were me deciding between both these trucks, you guys know I like more power, and I mean, for $5,000 to get a much nicer interior and to get a sunroof and to get more power with just a cooler engine in general, I'm going to pay the money. But I understand that some people might not be able to make sense of it. But like, if you're already spending $50,000, what's another $5,000 for getting a truck that just looks cooler and is nicer? So the 6.2 Trail Boss wins, but I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below, 5.3, 6.2, which one would you pick? That's going to sum things up with our video comparing this 6.2 liter Trail Boss to this 5.3 liter Trail Boss. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with both of the trucks. Check out their inventory in the link below. I will see all of you in the next video.